I know this is not an educational English channel, but I have to share with you a bit of my evolution and maybe encourage you to keep studying English, to keep practicing, because about 1 year ago I was struggling to say the book is on the table. Yeah, I used to say the things like that. The book is on the table. The door is opened. And well, I didn't give up. And here I am. 1 year ago, I'd never thought I'd have a channel in English. So for all of you that are starting, I want to tell you that the path may be a bit hard. What I'm gonna say in this video doesn't apply just to English. It applies to whatever language you want to learn, you're trying to learn, you're aiming. The path, the journey might be a bit difficult in the beginning, but that's just the first step, the first step. Since you pass the first step, everything becomes more clear. When I started, one of the main difficulties I had was about translation. I translate the words in my mind. I think most beginners have that, if not all of them have that concern. But I'm here to tell you that's not problem. Okay, that's not problem. Why that's not problem? Because your mind, your brain is not used to the pattern. Your brain is not used to think in another language. And by think in another language, I don't mean just thinking in words in another language. It's all about the way you build meaning. The way you build meaning in your mind changes completely when you change the language you're speaking. The only way to know is to keep doing what you need to do. It doesn't apply only to English. It applies to whichever language you're trying to learn, and whatever thing you're trying to do in your life. You just need to keep doing what you need to do. I used to look to fluent people and say, oh, they're exceptions. They're exceptions. I'm not like that. I can't be like them. I can't learn another language. Yeah, there was a point in my life I thought I wasn't able. I wasn't able to learn a new language. Just because I got frustrated by the natural English, by the way that people really speak English. I got frustrated, because in the school, and that's the case of most English students, they teach you in English that's unreal. That's not the that's not the English the native and the fluent people speak. That's not natural English. Okay, keep that in mind. If you're in high school, keep that in mind, that it's not the real English. And when you compare yourself with a real English, with a naturally spoken English, you got frustrated. You often got frustrated. That's what happened to me. And even in platforms like Duolingo, that's not real English, By the way, I'm not saying Duolingo is bad, okay? Duolingo, don't kidnap my family, please. I'm not saying you're bad, okay? You're a good platform, but at least in the beginning levels, you don't teach the real spoken English, Duolingo is good for learning new words, They don't let you forget the words you've learned if you don't lose your streak. So that's good. But they're bad because in the beginning levels, they don't teach you the real spoken English, I'm not saying Duolingo is bad. Again, Duolingo, don't kidnap my family. Please, I'm not saying you're bad. But in some beginner levels, there are some things that could change, that could improve, such as stories. The interactive stories in Duolingo are perfect, absolutely perfect. I just don't like that kind of exercise, the repetitive exercise. You have to do 5 times to change your level. You know, maybe that's just my style, my learning style. But okay, thank you for watching, and don't give up. As soon as you can realize, you're gonna be speaking English in a natural pace and maybe creating a channel in YouTube. Who knows?